Do you know what the biggest lie about turning 30 is? We're led to believe that 30 is the new 20. They say, go out, find yourself, build your career, make mistakes. Real adult life will start later. But here's the harsh truth that Instagram coaches don't like to talk about. From the perspective of your personal finances, 30 is the deadline. It's not the start of the game, it's the end of the first half. And if you go into halftime trailing by a landslide, it will be practically impossible to catch up by the time you're 40. Look around. Most people make the same fatal mistake. They think their main problem at 25 or 28 is that they don't earn enough. They're convinced, once my income reaches 5,000 euros a month, that's when I'll start investing, saving, and thinking about the future. For now, I barely have enough for rent, an iPhone on installments, and Friday night drinks with friends. This is classic cognitive dissonance.
You're waiting for perfect conditions that will never materialize. As a result, people wake up at age 40 with a good salary but an absolutely empty bank account, zero savings, and a paralyzing fear of losing their job. Because while their income has grown, so have their expenses, without them even noticing. Today, we're not going to talk about overnight success or how to become a millionaire by next Tuesday. Forget that nonsense. We're going to break down a tough, cynical, and 100% effective financial checklist. You'll learn the 5 specific steps you need to take with your money right now while you're still under 30, so that by the time you're 40, you're managing your money, not the other way around. Watch until the end, because every point you skip today means an extra year of working for someone else in the future. Let's get started. Let's be honest. What do classic personal finance books usually advise us to do?
Give up your daily €5 latte, stash that money under your pillow, and in 40 years, you'll be rich. Ever heard that? It's called the latte effect, and it's the dumbest, most ineffective advice in human history. Why? Because it goes against the basic evolutionary psychology of our brains. Our brains didn't evolve to save euros for old age. For millions of years, its main task was to survive in the here and now. For it, a cup of hot coffee today is a clear and guaranteed dopamine hit, and abstract old age 30 years from now is some kind of fantasy. The brain simply doesn't believe that this 40-year-old man in the mirror is really you. That's why restrictions for the sake of restrictions don't work. You slip up, buy yourself something expensive and unnecessary, and then blame yourself for a lack of willpower. But it's not just about psychology. A massive, well-oiled machine of modern capitalism is working against us. The entire marketing industry, marketplaces, and delivery apps are geared toward a single goal: to get you to part with your money as quickly and painlessly as possible. One-click purchases, zero-interest installment plans, subscriptions that are charged without you even noticing. There's a concept in economics called lifestyle inflation. It's a trap that even the smartest and most promising people fall into. Imagine this. You get a raise and your salary goes from 2,000 euros to 3,000. What happens next? You move into a slightly nicer apartment. You start going to restaurants a little more often. You buy slightly more expensive clothes. It all seems logical. After all, you're earning more, right? But the paradox is that by the end of the month, you're back to zero. You're running faster, but you're staying in the same place.
You're turning into a hamster on a wheel, forced to keep running non-stop just to maintain your current standard of living. It's like a bucket with holes in it. No matter how much water you pour in, it will never fill up until you plug the holes at the bottom. And the biggest hole is the lack of a financial system. People think that managing money is about restrictions and boredom. In reality, it's about freedom. If you don't have a system in place by the time you're 30, then after 30, you'll start paying the highest price for it, with your time, your health, and your unfulfilled dreams. Enough with the theory. Let's set up your financial system once and for all. Here are 5 concrete steps you need to complete before your 30th birthday. Step 1. Create an emergency escape fund. Forget the term safety net. It sounds boring. This is your freedom fund. This is the money that will allow you to quit a toxic job, walk away from a destructive relationship, or weather a sudden crisis at any moment. How much should it be? Exactly 6 months' worth of your essential expenses. If rent, food, insurance, and the bare minimum to live in your city cost 1,500 euros a month, your cushion is 9,000 euros. No compromises. This money isn't invested. It isn't tied up in stocks. It sits in a separate savings account that you can't access quickly with a debit card.
It's an untouchable reserve for the nuclear winter of your life. Step 2. Get rid of toxic debt. Remember this once and for all, not all debt is created equal. A low-interest mortgage is a useful financial tool, but a loan for a new iPhone, a vacation on credit, or credit card debt with a double-digit interest rate is financial suicide. A consumer loan is a way to buy something you can't afford with money you haven't earned yet, just to impress people you don't care about. If you have such debts, pay them off aggressively. Use the snowball method. Pay the minimum payments on all your loans and throw all your spare resources at paying off the smallest debt. Once you've paid off one, move on to the next. You'll be surprised how much energy and money you'll free up once you stop feeding the banks. Step 3. Adopt the pay yourself first rule. This is a fundamental law of wealth that 95% of people break. What does the average person do?
They get paid, pay rent, buy groceries, go out for fun, and whatever's left at the end of the month, they save.
The problem is that there's nothing left at the end of the month. Flip this formula. When your paycheck comes in, immediately and automatically transfer at least 10%, or better yet, 20% toward your long-term financial goals. Put it toward investments or that same emergency fund. Set up an automatic transfer for the day after payday. You'll quickly get used to living on the remaining 80%. You won't even notice a difference in your standard of living, but your capital will start growing like wildfire. Step 4. Unleash the magic of compound interest. Albert Einstein called compound interest the eighth wonder of the world. Those who understand it, earn it. Those who don't understand it, pay it. Until you're 30, your main advantage over 40-year-olds is time. In investing, time works harder than the amount of money. Let's do the math.
If you start saving 200 euros every month at a modest 7% annual return in a broad index fund, for example, the S&P 500, then in 30 years, by the time you're 60, you'll have about 240,000 euros in your account. Of that, only 72,000 euros will be your own money. The rest is interest earned on interest. If you start doing the same thing at age 40 to reach the same amount by age 60, you'll have to save not 200, but nearly 500 euros a month. See the difference? Time literally does the work for you. Step 5. Invest in your most valuable asset, your market value. Early in your career, the best investment isn't stocks or gold, it's your skills. If you earn 1,500 euros, saving 10% amounts to just 150 euros. But if you invest that money in courses, language study, professional retraining, or mentoring, and increase your income to 4,000 euros, your investment opportunities will grow exponentially. Keep asking yourself, what can I do that the market is willing to pay more for? Now let's look beyond the raw numbers and charts. Why do we need all this in the first place? Why do we talk so much about money specifically in the context of age? The fact is, every age has its own invisible cost of making a mistake. At 20, the cost of your mistake is negligible. You can invest in a foolish startup, lose everything, end up penniless, sleep on a friend's floor, and eat the cheapest fast food, and it will be seen as a fun adventure. You have plenty of time ahead of you, a high recovery rate, and boundless energy. But at 40, the cost of that same mistake becomes catastrophic. At 40, you most likely already have a family, children, and elderly parents who need help. Your health no longer forgives you for sleepless nights. And if at 40 you have nothing to your name but debt and dependence on your next paycheck, it's no longer an adventure. It is a deep, paralyzing existential crisis. Financial stability before age 30 isn't about buying an expensive car to show off to your classmates. It's about buying yourself the right to choose. Choice is the most valuable currency in the world. The right to choose where to live, who to work with, what projects to pursue, and how much time to spend with loved ones. Money is simply freedom in a tangible form. And by building your financial system now, you're actually looking out for the 30 or 40-year-old you'll become very soon. Don't take away their options. Ultimately, wealth isn't measured by the number of things you can buy, but by the number of days you can live without working at all. I believe you are capable of building this system. There's no magic, advanced math, or secret secrets involved. It's simply discipline multiplied by time. Start today. Take at least one small step. Open a savings account and transfer your first 50 euros into it. Do it right now, while that inner impulse is still burning.
Write your thoughts below. I'll definitely read them and respond to the most interesting comments. See you in the next video, and may your money work for you, not against you.